their website and say, okay, what makes these 3-time failed guys think that this is going to succeed? You know where most of the startups die? They die on the second page of Google, which no one visits. Building millions of user base, you need to have some stellar content,
Right.
okay? And you need to have stellar content in the area that it's relevant to you.
Daman, in the early days of a startup, you can buy as many keywords as you want. You can spend a lot of money. India is a trust deficit country, right? When there's a lot of new brands, new businesses that come up every day, people are reluctant to try. Customers are reluctant to try a new service when they're probably set in their own ways of doing things. You know, moving from your kirana shop to moving to a milk basket, it's a step in a direction that they don't know. It's kind of unknown. And some of them do it out of necessity, but a lot of people don't. And the people who do it out of necessity are probably a very small user base. How do you think about going and building trust? Can you build trust by just doing certain things, or you just focus on that small user base who are going out of necessity and then get more people to then follow them? What would be kind of a framework you could look at to build trust?
So let's take a step back. Let's talk about what exactly is a brand, right? A brand is a person's perception of a product, service, experience, or an organization, right? And over a period of time, there are certain qualities that get embodied in a particular brand, and the user starts either trusting or distrusting the brand, right? So one of the most distrusted brand, for example, is the politician, right? Because they follow the basic tenets of building a brand, but not the second part of the brand. Brand is built by two things. It is one, built by the search effect, which is I see your logo, I see the brand in the right places. When I search for it, a particular problem, the brand comes up as a solution. And the second is the experience effect, wherein I bought the brand, I bought a particular phone, but the phone keeps crashing. Okay, then the brand promise breaks. And then I say, okay, I don't trust this brand anymore. But you know what? If the trust gets broken that late, there's a huge cost associated with it, because I've already bought the product. I'm saddled with a 40,000 rupees ka product, and it's not working to the expectation that I wanted to. Right? I could have bought a bike instead. So building trust with the user involves the company interacting with the user in a fairly authentic voice to start with, in a fairly human voice. And as a startup, one of the biggest problems is we don't have a loudspeaker, or we don't have the reach to talk to millions of users. For example, if HUL is rolling out a new brand, or Fair and Lovely is turned into Glow and Lovely, it's so easy for them to get it done in terms of they can take out a PR statement. Okay, every burger wants to cover you because you're one of the market leaders. You get so much of earned media, and you don't even need to go for paid media until a certain point in time. As a startup, there are two problems. No one's listening to me. No one knows who I am. And secondly, I don't have a ton of money. Even if I've raised money, my investors are going to tell me to put it into tech and product. I'm not going to be allowed to put up money, and I should not be putting money onto user acquisition in a big way, because I don't even know if my product market fit, am I close to it or not. So how do I go about building trust? There are 4-5 things that you can do, right? Early on, you're going to do things that do not scale. The first few hundred customers that you get, the founder needs to speak to each and every one of them, show his commitment, show the team's commitment behind them, and this is doable. This is par for the course, right? Because these are the guys who've taken a bet on your product. They've even either they're someone you know, or someone's referred to them, or they've just gone gone on the net and they figured out what this product is and they said, okay, let's give this guy a chance, right? But obviously, you don't want to suffocate the customers. You don't want to cross the line and bombard them with emails and say, okay, boss, because they've got on their own life. Your customer doesn't care for your product.
Yeah.
He is not looking for your product. He doesn't think about a product 24 hours a day. He's probably giving your product not more than 30 seconds a day. So you need to be really classy and subtle about it, right? And the way to do this is each senior management or a product guy pick up 3 customers, call them up, right? Spend 4 to 5 minutes with them, have a very pointed questionnaire, take feedback. If there's some niggles in your product, ask them how they feel about it. Okay, roll out the red carpet for them, give them welcome kits. Okay, that is, things do not scale. Now, in terms of things that do scale, when you're creating PR, have a lot of authenticity in it, right? These days, what is happening? I can replace startup name with another startup name, and I can create a PR. X startup has got X funding from Y incubator /
Investor.
accelerator investor. These team members are from Z college, and they aim to do so much.
Or they worked at X other place.
Yes, I mean, where's the spunk in it, right? There is no humanity in it. There's no human voice in it, right? That these 2 startup founders have been abject failures in their last 3 startups, and they totally believe in this one. Now that will want me to open up their website and say, okay, what makes these 3-time failed guys think that this is going to succeed? And why are they so confident about it? Create a backstory about the founder. Show iterative screens saying that these guys have launched after 12 months, and this was the crap that we made in season 1, and this is what we made in season 8, and now we've decided to launch. Then you're like, oh shit, these guys have really thought things through. And you don't need to mention how much funding you got. All you need to do is just write on your own blog that, boss, you got so much funding. You will get so much earned media. The reporters will call you. And I find it really strange that no one's doing it.